jackpot. Just made a bad miss without the shots. You look good, girl, you know you did good now. You look good, girl, better feel good now.
It was a little cool out this morning. It was about 85, I think. Going back down temporarily. Every time you think it's coming down, it goes back up. I don't know how you get into that park down there. You have to go all the way down, and there's a road back there.
You have to go down to the next exit, huh?
Well,
take you back and bring you back around.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a place to get off at 95 down there. I know there's a place to come in the back way to get on. Go down like you're going to the park, instead of making that left and you get down there, you make the right, that takes you down ways and you can get off and get on the southbound or northbound.
Think about maybe that have some of that kind of thing over here. The air conditioning, not the air conditioning, visors, not visors.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, you can't put that down.
Just let me get out of the way of this tractor and trailer coming down here, and I can do whatever I want to do.
You got the cap on there.
Well, it won't stop that.
Alright, now can set it over here.
The thing that's taking the pictures out in the front, so.
once the child is born, should she support the child because the woman, Miss Shepard, entered into a contract, a surrogacy contract, that says, yes, woman surrogate, you are going to carry a child that will be mine and my husband's.
Well, I think the point you made was the best one, which is they both got together and agreed, and the baby was then conceived. It's almost as if, you can make the argument, the two of them conceived it naturally. It isn't natural, we all understand that. It's someone else's egg because she couldn't conceive. But they agreed, and then that's why the baby was created. Exactly. What a horrible thing to then abandon, I just created a baby, but now I'm just going to run away and abandon it because now I'm not with the husband anymore. So,
yeah, well, isn't that happening on a regular basis anyway?
But you're forced to support, right?
Right.
So...
Exactly. That contract you make when you have unprotected sex,
right.
That's really, it's an unspoken contract, but contract nonetheless. But the beneficiary of that contract is the child.
Right. And that's
really who is getting the support, and that's who the courts are working for, right? And let's hear what I want to say. She's sitting on the edge of her seat.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
I think a lot of them like this switch right here. They like to try to
what the courts are going to decide, and they don't necessarily have to decide what's most fair for the child or for the mother. The difference between the contract that we enter into every time we have sex, the possibility of having a child, is that we are the natural parents then, but she's not, and she just signed a contract. So it really boils down to whether the surrogacy contract should be enforced. It has been, for example, this is not in Pennsylvania, but in PA it has been enforced when the surrogacy parents want the child, and the child parent says, no, I don't want to give away the baby.
Or they don't, they've never dealt with these kind of issues that these kids have been through, that they're not alone. Foster parents, we do have a lot of support for them, and adoptive parents, so we definitely want people to know that they aren't alone in that process, and that we really try to prepare them so they're not blindsided and just with these things that they may see.
Do you work with other social service agencies, community groups in getting out the word about foster care and getting out the word about adoptive families and the need that these kids are out there? There are kids are out there who need a loving family and who need a stable home.
We do. We have contract agencies we work with in a lot of communities.
No. Wherever you are, whatever you do, you might
see on the TV where they had that pet adoption yesterday.
You are in full-time ministry. Everybody's in full-time.
Pet adoption.
They had a pet adoption all over.
I saw it. I've seen stuff on there about adopting dogs and stuff.
Cats. And from the shelters and stuff.
They have no every day or something.
No, they just run this big thing yesterday.
Yeah, I saw part of it.
Because the shelters are loaded up with all these dogs and cats.
I saw part of it.
Well, they get the list of how many were adopted from each state. Between Pennsylvania, Jersey, and Delaware was. Delaware only had 43 people. Only 43 people adopted animals. And then
the whole state of what? Delaware?
The whole state of Delaware. Then Jersey had 300 and something. Pennsylvania they had a couple hundred. They didn't have many. Jersey was the highest, I think. That's burning.
Smell something burning?
Yes.
I smell a smell, but I don't know if it's a burning smell. this song to end to see what they're going to do next. And that song already for a long time. It must have just started. About the time that other guy come over here one time and cut me off, and then he got ahead of me, waved, like apologized. And when I seen him come out there, he didn't look enough. There wasn't no cars and nowhere. He had plenty of time to get by me. Because I've been staying over in that lane over there, just on the counter. That's why. Station today is not very clear.
It ain't too clear.
I have a case. My case has been going on ever since 1994. Okay. It took place in Philadelphia. It was an interstate case. First of all, my son is 37. Second of all, my daughter is 31. Now, the first time I went to 11th Street, South 34th Street, downtown Family Court, I was locked up. She paid the $500 for me to get out of jail. I had 90 days to get a job. I got a job. I've been working one job, then I worked another job, then I worked another job, and continued on paying my child support. I reported to them, let them know that I was working, showed them my pay stubs, everything. What I'm going through today, they're taking my check. They're taking $400. At first they were taking $150. Now they're taking $400, and I have nothing left after that.
No.
I'm trying to figure what can I do. I've already been back down 34th Street. They got me set up to go August the 1st for court.
Okay, the answer, what you can do, let me just, real quick, give me the yes or no here. Anytime you've ever gone down to family court, have you gone with representation or did you go alone?
I went alone.
All right. So, that's the first problem,
Yes.
because if something funky is happening, it's happening because you don't know what to do when you're down there and you don't have proper representation. And you're paying $400 a week?
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks. Okay. So you're paying $10,000 a year. Do you think you could pay a few dollars to have real representation when you go down there instead of going it alone?
I was trying to get a lawyer, but the lawyer wouldn't nobody touch it.
Touch it because you weren't going to pay them, because if you were going to pay them,
They would touch it.
I got 10,000 lawyers in Philadelphia. If you pay them, they'll be there. But you have to pay on family court matters. Unlike, we represent a whole lot of folks at My Philly Lawyer who have personal injury cases and medical malpractice and birth injury cases. And we don't take any money up front for them. We work on a contingent fee basis. Unfortunately, in the domestic relations world, we, like all the other practitioners, have to be paid in advance. If we're not, we can't go. The only thing we have to sell is our time and knowledge. So, the bottom line is that if you want representation, you're going to have to pay to have that representation. And when you do, you're going to have somebody by your side who's going to make sure you're not taken advantage of. Irina, would you say that if somebody's making $400 every 2 weeks, there's no way in the world they should be paying out $400 every 2 weeks for child support?
Yeah, there's a formula that's applied. But what I want to know is, why is he still paying child support when the children are 31 and 37?
I suspect it's arrears.
I can't understand it myself.
Well, let me ask you this.
My case was closed. 2010.
Here's a quick question. Now, answer this question. When your children were under 18, did you regularly pay child support?
Yes.
Never missed child support?
Never, because it was coming out my pay.
Well,
Okay.
then that would be extremely crazy unusual.
We got to get to the bottom of that and get it unteased. But again, we can't do that on a radio show. I know you've called in, but if you want representation, you got the money to pay, then give us a call during the week, and we'll get Irina on the case, and she'll.
I'll call you tomorrow. I'll call you the first thing tomorrow morning.
All right.
You better be ready for that.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
get it.
around 30-some years old and still paying child support.
I hope there's
137
something
and
beside
131,
nothing,
he's still
because
paying
you're going to
child
have to
support.
come in with some
And
cash
they paying it
for
all on when they was
representation.
younger.
But Thomas, give us a call tomorrow, but be prepared to pay for representation in this forum. Okay? Thanks for
People
calling
owe
Court
him some
Radio.
money.
215-227.
If he's telling the truth,
He's a
2727.
saw. I know. I can tell from his voice.
I
You better be ready for that phone call.
I guarantee you he's going to get a T-shirt, but I can't guarantee he's getting much else. I mean, if Thomas has the money for representation, then we're going to put the whole team on it, okay? Folks, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back in 2 minutes. Keep your domestic relations calls coming. We got Irina Shiloh here from My Philly Lawyer, and David and I are here to answer your other questions. We'll be right back in 2 minutes.
Driving slow.
Driving slow like that. What's wrong?
If you've been injured, the road to
Cut them
recovery
off
can
from
seem
the outside
long.
lane.
At
You
United
get
Therapy
out the way.
Centers, we're here to help. Call us 877-510-7764. With leading-edge technology and our team approach, we provide the highest level of patient care with a pain management program developed just for you. If you've been injured,
he don't know
we
where
can
he's
help.
going.
Call United Therapy
Coming
Centers
in all slow.
877-510-7764. United Therapy Centers. Get on the road to recovery.
If you suffered a heart attack or stroke after using prescription testosterone, My Philly Lawyer can help. The FDA is now reassessing the safety of testosterone products, and victims may be entitled to substantial compensation for injuries. Call 215-227-2727. My Philly Lawyer's legal and medical team is ready to fight for you. Testosterone products could be to blame for your heart attack, stroke, or pulmonary embolism. Call 215-227-2727. My Philly Lawyer, when winning matters most. It's a legal and financial squeeze. You're unable to work because of an accident, but your legal case is still not settled, so you can't pay the bills to take care of your family.
passengers on board would be extremely concerned and anxious to get any more information about what has happened to this plane.
It's getting dark in that part of the world now, and a full land-air search operation will launch tomorrow. Indonesia has a patchy aviation safety record. In December, an Air Asia plane crashed in the Java Sea during a storm, killing all 162 people on board. KYW News Time 7:35, turning now to our weather, which is a bit calmer but certainly warm.
High pressure continues to dominate. That means sunny skies, but it also means the heat is with us for a while. Today we'll see a high of 92 degrees, and we will see humidity levels much similar to what we saw yesterday. The heat continues on Monday, and that should be the peak of our heat wave here. A high of 94 degrees, a scorcher expected. As we get into Tuesday, watch out for some pop-up thunderstorms possible in the afternoon, but those 90s continue right through Thursday. We will see those isolated thunderstorms, though, work their way into our forecast as we get later into the week. That will help cool us down just a touch into the 80s as we head toward next weekend. But today, hot, sunny, and humid. With your Eyewitness Weather Forecast, I'm CBS 3 meteorologist Kyla Grogan on KYW News Radio.
Right now, sunny at 72 at the CBS Broadcast Center in Spring Garden, 65 at the airport, going to 92 today. KYW News Time, 7:36.
Our customers use the Verizon networks day in and day out. They watch the news while streaming their favorite shows. They hear Mom loud and clear when she calls.
Hi, sweetie. It's Mom.
Or share way too many photos with the family. That's why we're here to support our customers every day. On the phone, in person, rain, or shine. To help us deliver the service our customers expect, all of us at Verizon receive great support, like the best training in the business and tuition assistance, along with competitive salaries and excellent retirement and health benefits. And that's why we're recognized as a great place to work by Working Mother 100 Best Companies, now 10 years in a row, and ranked #1 on the Military Times Best for Vets Employers 2015, and #1 on the Top 50 Employers list by Equal Opportunity Magazine. Verizon.
If you could choose any school in the country to earn your college degree and be on your way to a better life, would you choose one the Wall Street Journal recognizes as producing some of the best qualified graduates? Or one the Princeton Review ranks as a leader in undergraduate education? Or maybe one the U.S. News and World Report names among the most innovative schools in the country? Now, you don't have to choose. At Arizona State University, we want to help you learn to thrive in life. At ASU Online, we offer over 100 graduate and undergraduate programs on your time and schedule. You receive the exact same curriculum, degree, and prestigious faculty as the on-campus students, and we're universally recognized as one of the innovators in online learning technologies. For information, call 1-800-577-9289. U.S. News and World Report ranked ASU in the top 10 best places to earn an online degree. So learn to thrive with ASU Online. Call today at 1-800-577-9289. That's 1-800-577-9289.
It's the hashtag designed to keep you moving. Follow the hashtag KYW Traffic on Twitter for the constantly updated feed of traffic trouble in the region. You get the update the moment it comes into the KYW 24-hour traffic center. That's hashtag KYW Traffic.
KYW News Time, 7:38. The nation's largest boat race for people with disabilities plied the Schuylkill River on Saturday. KYW's Mike Doherty reports from Beata Regatta.
All of the rowers here have overcome tremendous challenges to compete, including Maddie Jones of Villanova, who has cerebral palsy at 15. She's one of the youngest on the water.
Oh, I love it. I'm a really competitive person, so I love racing.
She's gained strength and found new muscles in her body since she began training for the race.
Now that it's over, I want to go in the head of the Schuylkill. That's what I'm going to be training for in September.
Mark Beata with Beata Home Health has been the title sponsor since the beginning.
Well, it feels good, especially when I get to know them. I see somebody every year that's progressing a little bit. It keeps me so excited. I've been back for 33 years.
Beata says events like this are important for the physical and emotional well-being of the competitors, and it helps them push past perceived limits. Mike Doherty, KYW News Radio.
Small explosions are still being heard in the Chinese city site of Wednesday's massive explosions.
The death toll continues to rise from a massive explosion in the Chinese port city of Tianjin. More than 100 people were killed in the blast and almost 100 more are still missing. The blast sparked fear and panic in the residents of the city of 15 million people, one of the busiest container ship ports in the world. Chinese authorities say they have rescued more than 50 people from the explosion sites. Shannon Van Sant, CBS News, Hong Kong.
It'll be midwinter before Iowa Republicans and Democrats cast early ballots that actually count in the 2016 presidential race. But some early polling at the Iowa State Fair puts Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump at the head of their respective paths.
Donald Trump showed up by helicopter, his own. He promised to put out policy papers on immigration and taxes to back up his campaign rhetoric, but he says he doubts they mean much to his supporters.
When I do a deal, I don't say, oh, here's 14 points, but I go out and do it. I don't sit down and talk about 14 points. But I know the press wants it. I don't think the people care. I think they trust me.
Battling Hillary Clinton on the Democratic side, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders turned up too, discussing the so-called Black Lives Matter movement that disrupted him recently in Seattle.
We are looking at a candidate who, if elected president, will do everything that he can to end the stain of racism and institutional racism in this country and bring about major criminal justice reforms.
Tom Pody, CBS News.
The Federal Aviation Administration says an automation problem that snarled air traffic Saturday from New York down to the Carolinas has been resolved. The agency says the trouble was in the en route automation modernization computer system, also known as ERAM, at an air traffic center in Leesburg, Virginia, which controllers use to direct high-altitude flight. The FAA is investigating this computer glitch. KYW News Time, 7:41. Coming up, the latest traffic and transit.
Today, Geico's edition of Stuff Found in Your Car takes us under your driver's seat.
Hi, I'm Penny. They used to think I was lucky, but then you brought me down here. I get it, I'm only worth a cent. Not like the hundreds of dollars you could save when you switch your car insurance to Geico. That's money you could put in a bank or a wallet. Go ahead, call Geico. I'll be here on the floor.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 50% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com today.
If you're like most people, you have muscle or joint pain but haven't found an effective solution. It's time you tried Salonpas Deep Relieving Gel. Salonpas contains 3 powerful active ingredients that penetrate deep, providing effective relief for up to 8 hours. It's easy to apply, it's non-greasy, and it starts to deliver relief in seconds. So if you're still searching for effective relief, find Salonpas Deep Relieving Gel. It's in the tall blue box in the pain relief aisle. Salonpas Deep Relieving Gel for targeted relief.
KYW News Time 7:42. Lexus of Cherry Hill sponsors traffic and transit on the tubes.
Well, it looks like we're still just a tad heavy through a construction zone on northbound 95. No surprise here, really. Girard through Allegheny's been tied up for a good while. And it's volume dependent, obviously, depending on how severe the volume is. Looks like we do have a heavy ride right now, only the left lane getting by there. Everything else, though, on 95, the Schuylkill and the Visored Expressway in good shape across the board. No major tie-ups across area bridges, and mass transit is doing nicely, at least for now. I'm Eric Herr in the Trumark Financial Credit Union 24-hour traffic center.
The Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event is going on.
It seems the elephant population has grown to a level that is uncomfortable for the human population, where it feels crowded for everyone. And this is a policy of systematically killing elephant groups in order to make room. Yeah. And is there a competition simply for food?
I need the Lord to help me. It's good when you can have your family members and your friends to help you. But I need the Lord to help me. We all need the Lord this morning. We just need to ask the Lord just to continue to renew our mind. Show us the right way to live. Show us the right way to do this and to do that. In a time like this, I need the Lord. That goes out again to our very own, our good friend and a laborer in the music ministry, Miss Christine Cicero Still. That goes out to the legendary Cicero family. At this time, we're going to listen to Clarence Atkinson and Vision Music. They headed this way for Children of the King's anniversary, which will take place September the 26th. We're listening to Declares accuracy and vision.
That's like Louise Williams of station, isn't it? I can really say maybe that was her station. I thought maybe they just took her off. With her dancing behind them and everything. Took somebody else from her place.
I'll go for the test, but what's the scene of Valley Forge? Just for you this morning. Give us a call, 609-680-7175. I was thinking about Talia. If she moved down there, I guess she'd be able to drive her own little car that little short distance to go to work.
Yes. I like that. I like that old school gospel. I tell you, I'm enjoying Jesus this morning. Why? Because he has been good to us this morning. At this time, we're listening to the Highway Travelers. They're headed this way, October the 10th, at the Bridgeton Senior High School, along with the Bells of Joy. Elder Clarence McFadden, the Wright family from Philadelphia, and a host of others. Let's take a listen to the Highway Travelers.
Haven't had the paper for 2 weeks, Frank.
2 weeks?
Yeah. First week we went to Atlantic City. Next week, we had to come up this Thursday. After the picnic. She's supposed to be getting in one of them senior citizen places there. I got to talk to Margie and see how far down the list she is now.
Through it all, he's worthy to be praised.
Pam had to come early this morning.
Yeah, she'll be out front today.
She'll be parked out front.
She rushing today or something?
No, she's on the door.
On the door.
Early this morning.
We kind of empty. We kind of early too. The parking lot's kind of empty. I had to look and see if I'm in the right place.
Vacation for a reason, you know. This month, so I guess he's on his vacation. He was here last week, Pam said. I don't see her car out front here.
This work you do, this passion you have, how does that make you think differently about what it means to be human?
Well, the ocean is really huge. When you get out on a little boat, you know it. You're clinging to a cork. It's huge and it's capable of immense hugeness. And out there, you know, rolling around and swimming through and perfectly at home in the waves are these enormous animals. And by golly, they're singing of all things. They're doing something that we recognize as singing. And so
okay, see you at Pam's.
Make me feel that what lies ahead to be discovered is absolutely limitless. We are not at the pinnacle of human knowledge. We are just beginning.
Katie Payne is a visiting fellow with the Bioacoustics Research Program of Cornell University's Laboratory of Ornithology. She was part of the research team that produced the original recording, Songs of the Humpback Whale. Her book is Silent Thunder, The Presence of Elephants. Listen again and share this show at onbeing.org. There you can also listen to recordings and see photographs of humpback whales and African elephants. And hear more of the background stories Katie Payne has to tell about her travels and work in the wild. You can do that by downloading my unedited interview with her on iTunes or on our website, onbeing.org. On Being is Trent Gillis, Chris Heagle, Lily Percy, Mariah Helgeson, Nikki Oster, Michelle Keeley, Maya Terrell, Annie Parsons, Tony Berleffi, and Halima Shaw. Our major funding partners are the Ford Foundation, working with visionaries on the front lines of social change worldwide at fordfoundation.org. The Fetzer Institute, fostering awareness of the power of love and forgiveness to transform our world. Find them at fetzer.org. The Calliopeia Foundation, contributing to organizations that weave reverence, reciprocity, and resilience into the fabric of modern life. The Henry Luce Foundation, in support of a new initiative, Public Theology Reimagined. And the Osprey Foundation, a catalyst for empowered, healthy, and fulfilled lives. Our corporate sponsor is Mutual of America. Since 1945, Americans have turned to Mutual of America to help plan for their retirement and meet their long-term financial objectives. Mutual of America is committed to providing quality products and services to help you build and preserve assets for a financially secure future.
On Being is distributed by American Public Media and is a Krista Tippett Public production.
You're listening to WHYY-FM. WHYY volunteers help with everything from membership campaigns to exciting events to day-to-day tasks, and their valuable time and effort keeps costs down and maximizes the generous financial support of our members. If you or your group or business is interested in volunteering, please visit whyy.org/volunteer and enter your information. Groups that answer phones during membership campaigns even receive on-air recognition. Public media would not be possible without people like you. whyy.org/volunteer. Thank you. Checking the forecast, sunny with a high around 92 degrees this afternoon. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 72, and tomorrow, sunny, hot, and humid with a high near 95. It's 75 degrees at 7:59. Weekend edition is next.
Get more interesting. Listen to WHYY-FM Philadelphia, WMJN-FM 89.7 Atlantic City, WMJZ 90.3 Cape May Courthouse, WNJB-FM 89.3 Bridgeton, WNJM 89.9 Manahawkin, and WNJS-FM 88.1 Berlin.
This is Weekend Edition. I'm Rachel Martin. European leaders are struggling to cope with the thousands of migrants landing on their shores. That journey is often harrowing. This hour, we hear from an aid worker on a rescue boat in the Mediterranean. She tells us about the people the crew saves and those they can't. We also remember the civil rights leader Julian Bond, who died last night. And fried pork chops and glad-handing galore. Must be election season at the Iowa State Fair. Sarah McCammon is there. And Carl Nicoletti's new book, Voracious, about the great food you find in great literature. And recipes to boot on Sunday, August 16th. The news is next.
From NPR News in Washington, I'm Giles Snyder. Julian Bond is being remembered today as an icon of the civil rights movement. Bond died last night as John Lawrence from member station WABE in Atlanta reports.
Julian Bond was a long-time board chairman of the NAACP.
All right, man. Nice day to be working. Ain't too bad out here.
Right. And I'll be here every day.
Yes, you do, now. All right.
Bond co-founded the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee and was among those involved in the country's civil rights laws. Bond was also part of Georgia's state legislature and a professor at the University of Virginia and American University. Julian Bond is survived by his wife and 5 children. Bond was 75 years old. For NPR News,
I'm John Lawrence in Atlanta.
In China, rescuers have found more bodies in the aftermath of Wednesday's explosion in the port city of Tianjin. The death toll has climbed to 112, but that number seems likely to rise. Nearly 100 people are still missing, many of them firefighters. NPR's Anthony Kuhn reports that soldiers and rescue workers in gas masks and hazmat suits are also searching for toxic chemicals.
Authorities believe that some 700 tons of sodium cyanide was being stored in a warehouse in the northern port city of Tianjin. That's many times the amount that's allowed to be stored in one place and closer to people's homes than the minimum requirement of 1 kilometer. Officials have not explained why these rules were not enforced. Soldiers are removing or neutralizing the remaining chemicals. Toxic gases have been discovered in the air over Tianjin, but authorities say they're below levels deemed hazardous to people's health. Premier Li Keqiang visited the blast site on Sunday. Anthony Kuhn, NPR News, Beijing.
An Indonesian night has fallen, forcing officials to suspend the search for a missing passenger plane. Controllers lost contact with the aircraft today while it was on a short flight over the country's easternmost province of Papua. Officials say heavy rain, strong winds, and fog were in the area when contact was lost minutes before the plane's scheduled landing. The Iowa State Fair is a magnet for presidential candidates this weekend. Today, Republican hopeful Ben Carson will speak on the fair's outdoor soapbox stage. As NPR's Don Gagne reports.
Carson speaks this afternoon in Des Moines. Also at the fair Sunday will be former New York Governor George Pataki. They've got a tough act to follow given the big attention given to 3 candidates at the fair on Saturday. Donald Trump arrived by helicopter.
Got slim sometime, but the Lord kept me. And for somebody tonight listening to me wherever you are, when you hear this record, I don't know what you'll be going through. But there's somebody in here that can tell you when the load gets the worst. I wish I had some church for me. When the night gets the darkest, that's God's good time. That's when He steps in. Sometime late in the midnight hour, when I finally crawled into bed after worrying with the cares and stripes of the day, and everybody in the house was asleep. And I just lay there sometime burdened, not knowing what's going to happen, which way things are going. And I had to stop and ask God this question. What shall I do, Lord? What else? Anybody in here ever had to ask Him that? What shall I do? What shall I do? And you don't have to want for nothing. lost everything I had. Job said, but I decided no matter what was going on, Job leaned over the bed, and this is what Job told me. I'm going to Can I get one witness in here tonight? Ain't no harm to praise. Ain't no harm to praise. Listen, many of you already know. A few years ago, I found myself laying out at Daniel Freeman Hospital in the emergency room with chest pains all over my body. I didn't really know. I didn't know to pray. I was hurting so bad. And I was laying there, and they had, them folks, they be breaking in. They had one of them little young girls in there, and she's standing around, and the others were standing around, and the little young girl said to the man, he's not gonna make it, is it? And when you know what you know, I was hurt, but I stood up. And I raised up off that emergency table and said, yes, I am. Because the God I serve is a And this is what I told the man. I know he'll come through. Can I get a witness in here? We are destined for oh Lord, I know he'll come through. Wow. Occasions in life that make us happy. There are also occasions that make us sad. At a funeral service the other day, I sat and looked around the church, and as far as the eye could see was just crowds of people. I thought to myself as I sat there how wonderful it would have been if the people would have given him his flowers while he was yet living. I came out, I thought about this song. And the words of the song say, give me my flowers. Right now. If you feel like I deserve anything, don't wait till I'm dead and gone. If I've been nice to you, I've done something to make you happy along the way, then give me my funeral flowers now, while I can see the beauty that they bring. And for somebody tonight or today, wherever you are, feel like you've done your best and you didn't get anything